Good afternoon. I've got my lovely wife on the fancy shooting stick again today. We're steadily trying to get better at this. We've come up to the Long Hive, and we're going to go into it and do an inspection that we have not done since we installed these bees. They've roughly been in here 3 weeks, I think, during which time I literally did nothing other than keep feed on them, liquid Pro Sweet. I gave them approximately a gallon. I don't know what they've done with it. As you saw, the bees, when we installed them, they weren't in the best of shape. While we're in here today, I intend to maybe trade them a frame of drawn comb that I've had in the refrigerator for a foundation if need be. We're going to do a mite treatment. I'm going to install it, as well as if we have any beetle problems, we may add a towel. I've brought these things up here, so I've got them right here handy and close. Corinne will come around. We're going to open this thing up and we're going to start doing it. I'll try to explain a little bit as we go. You know how I operate. Sometimes I get involved with more thinking about what I'm doing than telling you what I'm doing. So bear with us. We're gonna open it up and just do an inspection real quick, see if there's anything they need other than to be treated. We're standing on the edge of a goldenrod flow here in central Arkansas. Today the temperatures are real nice. Our humidity has been down. It's high 80s right now. It's bearable. We've got a nice breeze blowing. A good time to roll that beautiful bee footage, so stay with us. We have not had feed on them since we gave them that gallon. Since you saw us last, I did come in and install screen over these vent holes for an apparent reason that I missed when I put these bees in here. We don't really necessarily need these bees access under this lid or to this cavity. They can come up through this, and if you've got any height above it, which would be bee space, they'll get off into this volume back here, and if they return, that's fine. If they couldn't return, they perished back in here in the back emptiness of this huge box. So let's get right into this and see what they got going and if they need anything. I'm actually going to start over here on the far inner cover, and I'm going to work this way, and we'll go in till we discover brood. Hopefully they drew some comb with the Pro Sweet. I hope they've got stores now, which they did not have. They are sealing it up nicely. Got the follower board stuck. I'm glad that I brought some towels. I think I immediately see a beetle. Still see the wax on the foundation, and they have done nothing with it. There goes the hive beetle. Where did I lose it at? A couple of hive beetles. Yeah, they're going to need a towel. think when we transferred these bees, they had about 4 or 5 of those foundation and frames only. Depending on what we keep finding here, they may be relieved of, I know for sure, 1 frame of foundation. Okay, so it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. And they were carrying feed all the way across and started combing against what they already had originally started, and there it is. That's been, I would say that this is work that they did with the Pro Suite. I definitely know the white wax is.
So they didn't do anything to that next one.
Well, you haven't seen the inside of that frame yet. Here's where the Pro Suite went, I'll bet. I would say that's 100% of what this is. It's allowed them to store. This frame already had comb on it, and they've capped and stored that feed in here. And here's another empty frame, or at least one side of it is. That shows signs of being where the majority of the cluster is located. And it looks like this is the majority of all the work that's being done.
That one lone drone.
One lone drone cell, you're right. Now these bees had 0. Here's more beetles. We definitely got to get a towel in here. This is a result of that liquid Pro Suite. These bees had no capped honey and very little uncapped honey or nectar when we transferred these bees, if y'all remember. So another thing I'm noticing immediately is population has come up a little. It might have, it definitely did not double. This wasn't a huge colony to start with. It's fall. She's probably not just been in the best of shape until we got her in here. This frame, as heavy as it is, appears to be, I see pollen stored, capped honey, pollen. I see a few fresh bees. I don't see any larvae or brood here. What this is already, I'm running out in front of myself. I'm thinking already they're going to get a single strip mite treatment. I'm going to put 1 strip of Apivar in here, because in actuality there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames of bees if you had them all bunched up in here. So we don't want to over medicate. Now here's some drone, some worker. I think I see some larvae down in there coming on. Corinne, can you verify that?
You turn a little towards me. Just a little here. I don't see any fresh
Looks like they're
eggs.
capping a few
Do you?
drones. All I can tell, I don't even see larvae on this one. I didn't even look to this side.
I didn't see any there either.
Okay. I would have really expected her to have cranked up laying after the feed hit. And she may have just needed a little more than what I was thinking to get rolling again. I see pollen.
That's what I see.
And I don't see
anything.
oncoming brood of any kind.
And this cells, the ones that don't have pollen, seem to be dry.
It's not completely unusual for queens just to stop laying for a while. There's a bee carrying pollen. I feel like, unless she's jumped frame, or we missed her, she should be on this frame. She could be over here on the wall, which makes it extremely hard to locate her. That ought to have brood in it right in there.
Where at?
Or eggs right in that clear spot.
Here?
Mm-hmm.
If you'll turn a little this way. It is completely dry.
Nothing.
Nothing. I can see the other side.
That's a patch of honey up in the corner. Well, this is definitely the population of bees. That doesn't mean anything. Like I said, she can be down here in the box on the side wall or on the frame that we've looked at that we just didn't see her. Although they're carrying pollen in, that doesn't mean that they are queen right, but it doesn't mean that they're queenless. And And just because we're not seeing the eggs and the larvae doesn't mean she's not here. There she is.
Where? Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Did that bee sting you?
yes, it did.
The nerve. She thought you were going to touch her mama. All right, well, there's mama. Mama, are you on a break of some form? Because I don't see any eggs down in here. Can you get any in the light over there?
No, I mean, it's just dry.
Okay. Well, they've sure put honey around everywhere where they wanted her to lay. Okay, well, we continue on as is and see if we can inspire her to get started laying. Okay, I'm going to keep all the stuff that's got comb on it, and I'm going to put a frame of comb in. Put it right over here. It'll be up against the outside wall. Nope, I'm going to cheat it a little bit and put it in between one that's combed and one that isn't. Okay. Now we're going to add we're still just going to go one strip of Apivar, which is kind of good in a way, because what that'll do is give me a strip to put in a nuke that I have. And that's about all they've got, 5 frames of bees. Apivar has a impregnated treatment in the strip that is time release. And I may not be able to tear that apart with gloves. There it goes. The active ingredient, if I'm saying it correctly, is Amitraz. I'm going to just shoot for the middle of the concentration of bees, which will be about right there.
Did you stand up like that?
I'm going to push it down with a board. So I remember how this came off. It can be hung, they put a nail hole in it. It can be hung with a nail. You can fold that up backwards and put it in between the frames. But I think this will push right back down level.
Now, Apivar is not the only treatment you recommend. You're using it because you alternate each treatment.
Apivar is definitely not the only treatment that I recommend. I have used oxalic acid. I have used Apistan. I have used Checkmate Plus. This year I will use Apivar in the home yard I'm going to use Hop Guard in the away yard. You know, one thing, I'll get a side-by-side comparison. Number two, these treatments are all very good treatments. This will be a 42-day treatment. I'll come back in, remove these strips, put them in a trash bag, and they'll be disposed of. It's a contact kill. These bees, every bee in here is going to come in contact with that strip at some point, including the queen. Any Varroa, which is parasitic, that's on the bee will come in contact with the strip. It will kill it. I'm going to put a towel in here as well and take care of some of these hive beetles. Fran mentioned that we need to alternate our treatments from year to year. That's exactly the reason. That's exactly why I can't go, oh well, this Checkmate Plus, this Apistan strip, it's my favorite, it works so great, I'm going to use it again. That's fine, you can use it again. You cannot use it again back to back. Reason being, the Varroa will build a resistance to it.
Now these towels that you're putting in for the beetles have no chemical or treatment on it.
The towel has absolutely no chemical treatment. You'll notice I'm putting that where my follower board pinches it. I'm doing that because these bees see that as a foreign object in the hive. They don't want it in here. They're going to try to move it. By seeing they cannot move it, they're going to chew it. And when they chew it, they're going to activate it. Once it's activated, by that, as they chew, it fluffs up. That's activated by them chewing it to remove it. They can't chew it up, cut it up, take it out the front. All it will do is turn into a big large cotton ball, and the beetles have barbs on their legs, so when they come in contact, they're hung. The bees just continue to wad them up into that. It's a really handy beetle killing, catching device. You saw me give them a comb. We're going to allow them to have it for storage. We're going to take away the frames of foundation.
And that's the nice thing about this hive, is you can make it the size you want, where if you were in a 9-frame regular hive, you can't just remove frames like that.
We're going to slide our follower up till we reach the frames. You can tell where the bees had already sealed themselves off from this volume behind. So about the same amount follower board. I'm going to put that on just as an extra buffer. I hope you've enjoyed what we've done today. This was a necessity. Two things that's happened here. There's a great population. They have feed because I'm giving them feed. They have a queen who, all intent and purpose that we see, is not laying. Could have been eggs that we missed. It's kind of dark in under here, and I guess I could have walked them out in the light and looked. It could be that she's on a brood break, being fall. This medication may relieve them of a mite load and she'll start laying again. If these bees do not get this queen to crank up and start putting some brood in here, I will probably take this nucleus that is queen right and has a good brood quilting going on right at the moment, and I will just simply combine her with these bees, make this stronger colony for winter.
Did you want to feed these?
These bees are going to get fed around right now while they're being treated. That will help take a little stress off of them. And hopefully they'll utilize it and fill that frame of comb that I gave them. So there's the feed, there's the medication. We're queen right. We're obviously not impressed with what she's doing. That can still turn. They've had it, they've been living hand to mouth for quite some time, although I can see what they've done with the feed. They've responded to the feed just like they should have. They have her open comb to lay on. When I removed these strips in 42 days, I'll evaluate her again. Hopefully she has decided to kick in and get these bees back up some brood. If not, we'll make a simple combine. We'll try to show you that, and we'll carry on. We're not giving up on this. It's cool little project. We're excited about it. Till we see you again, stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We have a trip to Rural Route Farms to do an oxalic acid treatment on bees that I think you will not want to miss. Till we see you again, roll that beautiful bee footage. Thanks for watching.